My name's Gizzy O'Toole. I'm the event marketing director for RAJANT Corporation. I've been with the company for just about 2 years, and I'm very fortunate enough to head up their events all around the world. You know, Momencio is one of those companies that you find kind of early on in your research, and you're like, this is interesting. I'm going to continue to dig, but I'm going to keep this here. And so as you kind of go through some of the big guys, you see them, you know the who's who of the players in the space, and you realize it's not what I'm looking for anymore. I need something better. I need something more intuitive. I need something easier to use. I need something that's easy to deploy to my sales team. I need something that's easy to understand to my leadership, so that when I come back and hand them a set of metrics, they can see exactly why we made the decisions we did to help increase our prospect list and ultimately turn that prospect list into leads. Now, what was happening with some of our old sales situations was, you know, we would go to a show, you would collect these leads, you would follow up maybe within a day or a week, sometimes even a month, if other things get in front. But with Momencio, what we were able to do is that we were able to immediately engage with our prospects, not only with a sales presentation, but also with immediate follow-up. And that night, that evening, as we're reviewing the day, we can actually go in, see the content that they're consuming, so that maybe as we run into them over the next day or two, either at our booth or in their booth, we can actually have a better, more in-depth conversation and better understand that the solutions or the problems that we can help solve. From the marketing team side is we can prepare all of this for our sales team prior to the show, so that when they're on the sales floor, they can focus on what they need to do, engaging the prospect, getting people interested, kind of wetting the palate, if you will. And then the system, whether it's designed to kind of automate that follow-ups, or if there's a sales presentation, or even if we're going to do a double follow-up after the show's ended, we can customize the show to what we feel is best for that market, for that salesperson. And so far, the sales team have adopted it, love it because of how easy to use it is, how they can show their prospects in real time what the options are. And then when they come back and see us, we have everything that we need to help with their solution. There is a lot of collateral with all of the different product lines that we have. We have our wireless breadcrumb radio nodes, which is our flagship product. And then we have other supportive software and other hardware that goes along with all of this. So one of the things that we've been able to do is collect all this collateral, and I can literally tailor the show to the vertical that we're in. It's already preloaded. All the sales guys have to do is click, scan, and they send, and it's made an incredible impact on the progress that we've made in some of these verticals that we're brand new to. We were printing a lot, and what we found is that as we were giving away these printed materials, people are almost hesitant to take it because it's just something else they have to carry. So as we've made this transition to digital, you would have these kind of QR codes. They can be helpful for your strategy, but they don't wrap everything up easily for your prospect to really consume. And what Momencio has done is taken that little bundle and presented it in such an easy way with private access to the content that's ungated, and we can add as we see fit post-show. It's been an immeasurable way to help us progress our prospects and turn them into leads, which ultimately lead to opportunities in sales. In traditional email campaigns that we had that were post-show, we were looking at open rates somewhere in about the 13 to 15%, which isn't too bad for a follow-up. But when you compare it to what happened with Momencio, on the very first show that we deployed Momencio, we had an open rate above 63%. It was outstanding. It was amazing. I've never hit a number like that before. The click-through rate was in double digits. I believe we were almost at 25, I think we were at 24%. It was incredible. I've never seen a metric that high live at a show, and Momencio made all the difference because of that. The insights that Momencio provides us has really reshaped our event strategy in the way that I've never had in the 15 years plus that I've been doing these events because it was always a delayed situation. So everything from the booth visits to the content that they're consuming, from how often they're consuming it, to how many days after the event they are continuing to consume it, has completely changed the game for us. And just as we are going to event after event after event, and we start to see the patterns, and it's a repeatable winning pattern for us. It absolutely accelerates the sales effort because what it does, it gives a very crystal clear picture of who is highly engaged, who has a very distinct interest in the solution that we provide. And that's something that just wasn't available to us before until we had momencio. We were just in Singapore at a show, and we had 5 very senior members of a very global public brand, and they spent a significant time at our booth, and we went ahead and scanned them with the, Momencio's universal lead capture software. And what we did is we found out later that night, as they were consuming content, we saw them 2 days later at our booth again. They came back and they had a different set of questions, but we were ready with the answer because we understood now what they were trying to accomplish, that they weren't exactly very forward when they were first, talking to us. So it really helped us kind of change trajectory on the conversation that we were really having with them. And that really helped lead to a more meaningful conversation. We had a quicker follow-up, and now we're in discussions to where it's become a real opportunity. There is the incredible potential to make this an immediate sales funnel opportunity, because with all of the immediate follow-up and the sales presentation, you're already halfway through the conversation. And as our sales guys learn new features and they get comfortable with them, and then we add in, we've just begun to really deploy all of the features that momencio has. We can't wait to use more, and we're excited to see what you guys develop as the years come along. As far as I'm concerned, you don't have any competition. And the reason I'm telling you that is because I've seen all the big guys, I've used all the big guys, they all offer the same thing. The one thing that they don't have is this universal feature that you've created. Entering into the game with this feature is so disruptive in a positive way. It's disruptive in the way that it increases the likelihood and the engagement we have with our prospects, that gives us an edge on every single person on the show floor. While everybody else is waiting 2 days, a week, a month, maybe never even follow up, we're following up immediately. And then we're following up right after that. And then we're gonna see them again the next day at the show. So the chances of us leaving there as friends by the end of the show is just about locked in. I want everybody to know about this because I believe it will help them generate business and win at the game of these events. At the same time, I don't want anybody else to know about it because then I have more competition. But you know what? As you continue to roll out features, and it's all about how you use it. And I think that we're doing a great job. Your team has taught us and educated us how to use this in such a way that we didn't even think of it before. And it's actually altered our event strategy. And it's already proving itself in the numbers. This is the most support I've ever had in the trade show event space, even the event space. The fact that I can be on the floor looking at some type of situation that maybe I'm not ready for, or maybe I haven't totally developed myself, I can reach out. And your team is the most responsive team in the industry. They reach out not with just vague solutions, they tell me step by step, detailed, and their team is so coordinated. It doesn't matter if we're in Singapore, it doesn't matter if we're in Kazakhstan, it doesn't matter if we're in Canada, London, South Africa, it doesn't matter where in the world we're at, I get the same quality of support no matter where I'm at. It's incredible. It's disruptive. It's gonna change the game. It has changed the game for me. 15 years of doing this, I've never had such instant success in creating and establishing quality relationships on the sales floor. We've blown past vague conversations, and we'll send you this, and we'll send you that, and then it never happens. It's already sent before our conversation's even over. there's nothing else I have to say.